So I was born and raised in Georgia. My parents are from Jamaica, and my dad always used to play soccer on Sundays. So I used to go watch Sunday League soccer. I was actually taking up karate and basketball when I was younger, and we used to just kick around in the backyard, and I asked him if I could get involved with organized soccer, and he had no problem, since it was like obviously the sport he grew up playing and loved. So ever since then, never really looked back. My transition to goalie was actually a pretty interesting one. I started off in the field as a defender, so I was a center back. Then I tried out center mid, and then striker, and then moved all the way back to being a goalkeeper. Crazy how it happened. We took a trip, I think it was under 12, to Jamaica, and our goalkeeper went down injured. Nobody wanted to volunteer to go in goal, so I was just like, we can't just forfeit this match just because we don't have a goalkeeper. So I hopped in, and it was like a rainy game and muddy, and I was sliding all around. I had no idea what I was doing, but I absolutely loved it there. So then from there, I kind of just started doing more specific goalkeeper training and kind of built my way up to being a professional goalkeeper. My professional journey was also a crazy road as well. So playing in college at Central Florida for a year and a half, decided after my second season at Central Florida, I made the under-20 qualifier team for the World Cup that year. I think it was 2009, and just basically hedged my bets and trusted in myself, and pretty much just was dedicated to getting myself to the level of being a professional and just chasing my dream. In the entire year, I traveled all over the world, got a chance to see a lot of different places. Went to Europe a couple times, training with teams, I think Germany, England, Norway, Sweden, all over the place. And then finally ending up in the Under-20 World Cup. After that, ended up signing Generation Adidas, and yeah, got drafted in 2010. It was definitely exciting. I'd signed the Generation Adidas contract, and just an idea for how that works for people who don't know is you sign before the draft, and you essentially you're going to have a team, you just don't know where you're going. I had no idea where I was going to go. I ended up getting drafted to Chicago, but it's funny because I was one of the last players to get drafted in the draft. So fourth round, I'd been sitting there for hours. I was just hungry, just wanted a snack, but I couldn't leave the room because if they called my name and I wasn't there, then egg on my face. So I got drafted to Chicago. That was my first professional team. Played there for 7 years, and started playing, I think, halfway through my first year. As a goalkeeper, first and foremost, I would describe myself as I'm a pretty athletic guy. I consider myself a leader. I guess that's a quality of both being a player and a person. I'm a pretty personable guy. I try to develop relationships with all the guys and really get to know people, and not just as a player and being a teammate, but on a personal level, because I think that helps and goes a long way. I like to think of myself as doing anything I can to contribute, and I pick up on things quickly, and I know they'll be important. Here in New York with a different style of play that I'm used to, than I've played in my entire career. So I'm excited for the challenge, and think that my qualities I can help help this team achieve something special. Crazy off season, as everybody knows. I think the trade happened to Atlanta, which is my hometown, and then from Atlanta, things changed quickly, and I got traded here. So for me, it was a transition period. You obviously hear a lot of things as a player, and you don't know where you're going to end up until all the dust is settled. But speaking to my agent, and from the first time that I got traded here and learned that I was going to play here, I was excited to work with Rob again, the goalkeeper coach. I worked with him back in the under-23s, and obviously being a part of a club that was successful was great. And knowing what you're getting into, and talking to guys like Ethan White, Mix, and just hearing and Kyrie, and hearing experiences that they've had, and just really looking forward to get going. From the outside looking in, it was a club where you could see that there's almost like a family mentality. It's a very family-oriented club. You can see that the players were very tight-knit. They're very disciplined in the style of play and what they're trying to accomplish from game to game. And for me, Patrick is one of the few coaches that stuck with his style of play throughout the entire course of the season, which is great to see, and it's exciting to be a part of. Kind of going back to when I first learned that I was going to come to New York, I received a call from Patrick, from Claudio, from Rob, and the consensus was that they wanted me here, and they wanted me to understand that winning is the goal. And sitting down with Patrick for the first time today was fantastic. Made it really clear that things are going to be different, things are going to be fun. He wants there to be obviously open relationship, from myself to him, from him to me, and just that the expectation is that this club is going for nothing less than championships, and that's what the expectation is. There's going to be a high expectation. There's going to be pressure at times. There's going to be highs and lows, but at the end of the day, there's one main objective, and that's to win a cup, and that's what I want to help achieve here. To the fans, I think like first and foremost, I want to thank all the fans for being so receptive and warm. Obviously through social media and things like that, it's been fantastic. It's been great to see. For me, to all of the fans, I'm a player that works hard. I'm a player that gives my all every single game. I'm excited to be in a big city with a big fan base, a strong fan base. I've obviously enjoyed playing in the Yankee Stadium, in the past, and now to be a part of, the tradition that this club is now developing and honing in is great. So I'm excited to play in front of you guys. I'll give you guys my all, and definitely hope to be able to lift a cup in front of you guys when it's all said and done.